Hey guys, it's Kendall. I'm here with Shamari, and we're back with another video. This time on bold predictions for Star Wars Episode 8. We found a list online of theories and bold predictions for Star Wars Episode 8. So we're kind of just going to react to them. Shamari doesn't know what these predictions are, so he'll kind of give you a genuine reaction to each prediction. So starting it off, we're going to go with Kylo Ren turns on Snoke and possibly kills him. Now, that's someone's prediction for what happens in Episode 8. So, Shamari, what do you think about that idea?
There's a 0% chance of that happening.
Zero.
They're not going to jump Snoke like that. They built him up as this big emperor, like possibly bigger than the emperor in terms of, power and scale and influence. Well, maybe not influenced yet because,
The First Order isn't.
Yeah, the First Order.
It's more of like a terrorist organization.
Yeah, at this point.
Than like leading the galaxy.
Than leading the galaxy the way the Empire did. But they're not going to jump him like that. They're not going to have Kylo Ren just kill him.
Now, do you think there's a chance, though, that he does turn on Snoke and finds out that Snoke's been lying to him?
I think there's a very good chance he turns on Snoke.
He just doesn't kill him, though.
He's not going to kill Snoke.
Yeah,
even if he hurts him.
I agree.
There's no chance he's going to kill him.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a terrible, story-making decision. It makes Snoke seem so weak.
I think there's a chance Snoke maybe dies in Episode 9, but Episode 8,
there's a chance of that.
No way.
Episode 8, no.
The second one, though, is that Rey is tempted by the dark side and then possibly falls, but she's tempted by the dark side. This is one that I think there's a chance it happens. I don't know about falls to the dark side because I feel like if you're Disney, that's your lead character. She's kind of the face, as you can see. I don't know if you can see by this poster in the background, but she's the face of the Force Awakens. I just feel like when you have a female lead like that, to have her just turn to the dark side in the second movie seems a little bit early. Again, I think in Episode 9, I think it's a possibility, but I'm not sure about Episode 8.
Yeah, that's what I would say as well. I think it's possible that they go that route in Episode 9. I feel like she's too much of a face right now, to use a wrestling term, I guess. Too much of a hero, to turn so quickly. Too much of she still has kind of this icon, angelic like aura around her as a lead in Star Wars, and I feel like to just throw that to the wayside, basically.
Yeah.
Would be really fast. Even if she starts along the journey of going through this kind of inner conflict, I think just a completely turn would be too quickly.
Now, moving forward, the third prediction that someone said online was that a character will lose a limb. Obviously, that's kind of referring to what happened to both Luke Skywalker and Anakin Skywalker in the original and prequel trilogy. Shamari, do you think that a third character will lose a limb in the now sequel trilogy?
And are we talking a trilogy or just in Episode 8?
In Episode 8.
I think there's a 50-50 chance it's possible. I mean, it's happened frequently in the universe.
Yeah. I mean, I think it makes sense. It's obviously gonna look kind of cheesy. Oh yeah, another character loses a limb.
Yeah.
It's gonna look like another. That was the problem with The Force Awakens, was that some people felt a bit too much off of A New Hope. So that'll be a problem if people are gonna be saying, oh, so what is this, Empire Strikes Back? Another character loses a limb. But it's Star Wars, and they like to play on patterns and stuff. So I think that would work. It's a good piece of imagery. But our fourth one is that Luke Skywalker, who obviously is now going to play a big role in Episode 8, is going to have a Vader-like scene. Vader, obviously, spoiler alert from Rogue One, had his awesome scene at the end of Rogue One, which was recently confirmed to be a reshoot, which I thought was interesting. But they said that Luke Skywalker would have a similar scene where he shows his his newfound Jedi prowess.
I think there's a good chance of that happening. I think that would be a good decision. Maybe it probably won't be as brutal.
Yeah.
As the Vader scene. I don't think he's gonna go show up and just slaughter a bunch of First Order people. But I think it would be wise and awesome if he were able to show his power, show how powerful he's gotten, I feel like that would be awesome. You know, I think it's what everyone wants to see. Everyone wants to see that.
Yeah.
Everyone wants
except
to see
for
that.
Snoke. You know, I bet you Snoke does not want to see. From what we saw in The Force Awakens, Snoke was he was scared of Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, Snoke's scared.
Snoke's
shaking in his boots. I mean, I'm not going to go into
that's a whole nother problem with The Force Awakens. But yeah, I agree. I think that's kind of the makeup for, you know, those people that are like, well, Luke Skywalker was only in one scene in The Force Awakens, no lines. Like, well, I think this is going to be Rian Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy and the people at Lucasfilm giving you the Luke Skywalker that you wanted in Episode 7. You're like, you know, oh, you wanted Luke Skywalker? Well, here is Luke Skywalker. And we're going to have a scene that kind of demonstrates why Luke Skywalker is who he is and the level that he's gotten to since we saw him in Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
And another one, the fourth one that we have in terms of bold predictions is that one of the new cast members from The Force Awakens will die in Episode 8. So they particularly pointed out Finn or Poe, which
Finn or Poe.
We know that Poe Dameron was supposed to die in Episode 7, but then that they changed that midway through production. So Shamari, you think there's a chance Poe or Finn or maybe another character introduced in Episode 7 potentially dies in Episode 8?
I think there's a good chance, just because all the stuff we've been hearing about Episode 8 being darker. You know, I feel like that kind of leads you to believe that something very tragic is going to happen. You know, someone's going to die, someone's going to, you know, someone, even if it's like, you know, Rey finds her parents and then they die or something. Something really bad is going to happen, you know. So yeah, I think there's a good chance that someone in the cast doesn't make it out of the movie, even if they die in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I like both those characters. I like Finn. I like Poe. I don't want to see either one of them go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I kind of think Finn's gonna stay alive because you know, I think, you know, there aren't that many minority characters in the universe, and I feel like they would want to keep around Finn for that reason. So I mean, I think there's a chance Poe dies. I don't want to see him die, and if it's not one of them, I mean, Maz Kanata, you know, Captain Phasma, although that would be kind of lame since she didn't do anything in The Force Awakens. Yeah. But I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say Finn or Poe doesn't die, but I think there's a chance maybe somebody else from Episode 7, whether it be Maz Kanata or somebody, does die. And the last one, Shamari, is that Luke Skywalker is the father of Rey, which if I would have told you that after Episode 7, you would have been like, that's not a bold prediction. It's you know, cut and dry. Of course he is. But, you know, as, you know, time has gone on, I think people have now said there's no way Luke Skywalker is the father of Rey because it's too obvious. There's no way, you know, she's related to Obi-Wan or she's related to Palpatine. Is there a chance, Shamari, that Luke Skywalker actually is the father of Rey in Episode 8?
There is a chance. I don't think it's a very high chance. It's way too obvious. It's way too obvious, and it requires a lot of explanation.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they want to give all that explanation.
So
in the movies, especially.
Yeah.
They'd have to explain that in like books and other forms of canon, which, I mean, maybe they would like to do. Maybe they're planning on doing, but I don't know.
What's your leading theory on who Rey is related to?
You're making this into another video then, huh?
Yeah, that'd be a whole separate video.
We're gonna make it 2 videos now.
But I mean,
but yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I'm leaning towards the Obi-Wan thing.
Wow.
And not because Satine Sabine or any of that stuff.
That's a whole Rebels connection.
You know, because of the accent. No, I'm just kidding. Not the accent. But yeah, just because of I think because of things, and they even some, you know, small hints in Rebels to Obi-Wan's role being in the universe being bigger.
Yeah.
Than,
and even the stuff we heard that from I forget if it was Entertainment Weekly or whoever, was a report that Obi-Wan was supposed to play a big role in this trilogy.
Yeah, Obi-Wan's playing a big role in the trilogy.
And that's why he's not getting his own anthology.
Ray saying, or not Ray, Daisy Ridley saying, it was obvious.
And the fact that Ewan McGregor and Alec Guinness both had...
They were voices in her vision.
Yeah.
Like you saying, Obi-Wan's playing such a big role in the trilogy, which that came out of nowhere. So, yeah. I mean,
especially around the time that Episode 8 is in production, it makes you think that somebody knows something, and somebody's kind of leaking that out. So, I'm in agreement that I think.
Yeah, and then there's also everyone wanting an Obi-Wan anthology. If that happens, that'll be even more significant if he's the father of
right. So, that does it for these bold predictions, whether or not we feel like they make any sense or whether or not they're even going to happen. So, you guys can leave your bold predictions in the comments or even comment on some of these bold predictions. And thanks for watching. For Shamari, I'm Kendall.
All right. Yep. See you guys later.